Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. I'm Sal Warner from Stretford Post. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video. All that great stuff. No notifications, the whole shebang. Thank you so much, you lovely people, for joining me this evening for me. Great to see you guys. Now, let's get straight into it in regards to some great injury news in regards to Man United. Cunha and Mason Mount are set to play against Manchester City. They have returned from injury and are ready for the Manchester City game. Guys, whatever you think about that, it's good news anyway that Man United have a full squad to choose from, of course. But obviously, what does that mean for Benjamin Sesko? What does that mean for Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mainoo and players like that? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? Who's going to play where? Who's going to be left out? That is the key conundrum that we're going to be talking about today, of course, guys, because obviously we can't keep leaving Benjamin Sesko on the bench. He's a £70 million player. We can't be keeping him on the bench. And I want to see more of him. I want to see him play against the likes of Manchester City. I think he'll be a tremendous threat up there if we play him alongside Mbeumo and Cunha, of course, guys. So it's looking like it will be Bruno back in that midfield as things stand right now, considering that Mason Mount and obviously Cunha are back from injury, which is obviously good news, as I said. But obviously, you know what? It's not bad news for other players, but you know what? It does lead the question that who are we going to play? Where is he going to play? This is why Ruben Amorim gets to pay the big bucks, doesn't he? He gets paid the big bucks to make these crucial decisions, of course, guys. Absolutely. But you know what? I can't wait for the game. I'm waiting for it. I'm ticking for it. I'm counting like a tally chart. I'm just crossing those fives off, and let's hopefully we get there pretty soon, guys, after this dreaded international break was going on, of course, guys. Absolutely crazy at the end of the day. Cunha has been in Paris watching the UFC. Another barrage of criticism coming his way. Ridiculous. Some people went as far to say he's comparing him to Marcus Rashford. I mean, there's one little small detail here. Paris is 2 hours away by train from London and from Manchester. So at the end of the day, what the hell are we talking about here? I mean, I just honestly think that some people out there, they just want the world to burn. That's what they want. And they just want to cause chaos at Man United. They don't want any peace. They don't want any peace. They don't want any, element of positivity. They're just born negative, guys. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Born negative. Born with a negative feeling and stuff like that. And this is what these guys are doing. It's crazy at the end of the day when I'm seeing these social media posts underneath the post of him in the UFC. For goodness sake, can't the man live his life? He's not drunk. He's not being sent home for training with stomach cramps like a certain man was. He's actually just taking it easy whilst the international break is on. But why not? Why not go and see a UFC fight? Why the hell not? And then people are jumping to conclusions and saying that, oh, you know what, he's going to go to the after party and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. I mean, absolutely pathetic, in my opinion, guys, and sad excuses for Man United fans in my humblest of opinions. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. Let me just say good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone. Big up, Bobby. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Peace and blessings to RJ as well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yo, Sal. Big up, William. What's going on, brother? Yo, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. To be honest, it don't worry me anymore. United feel different now. Come on. I'm doing the Hulk Hogan, mate. I'm doing the Hulk Hogan. We got to be positive, guys. Absolutely. If we're not going to be positive, who the hell is going to be positive? We're Man United fans at the end of the day, guys. Trust in Ruben Amorim. Trust in the process, guys. We're going to get to where we belong, guys. Back to the top of the tree. The beast will awaken, guys. Let's not forget that. It will awaken eventually. And all these people out there are going to be held accountable. I've been watching videos, anti-Ruben Amorim videos on TalkSport. And I've had some of these guys, these clowns on my channel. I can't believe it's ridiculous. Good afternoon, Joe. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing, mate. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. And big up, Kenny. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. And Mount, great. Glad to hear. It's good news. The only thing I would say is that I don't want Sesko to be left out too many times. Obviously, Sesko came to Man United to play football. But I'm not going to flip-flop. Of course, you have to bide your time and be patient. Of course, if he wants to play, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to wait your time and wait your turn, of course. And his turn will come, of course, guys. And hopefully we can do some rotations. RJ, Sky Sports News saying Onana leaving his path. Look, guys, listen. All all year, for the last 2 years, all we've heard is negativity about Onana. All of a sudden, Onana leaves Manchester United and it's all chaos. It's, oh, we shouldn't have done that. We treated him bad. I know he made some mistakes, but you know what? He's a world-class goalkeeper. He played for Inter Milan. I've seen it all, RJ. Absolute clowns, a lot of them, guys. They all think they're in the know, guys. Absolutely. They all think they're in the know. They're all political prats. That's all they are. Self-righteous, political, virtual signaling prats. A lot of them. A lot of them, mate. A lot of them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they wouldn't have a real person like me on there. Absolutely not, because I'll tell them about the birds and the bees. I actually have an inside knowledge. Guys, let me tell you something about them. When the Bruno transfer was going on, I had people from that company messaging me in my DMs. What's going on with Bruno? Because I worked with his brother, right? Then what is going on with Bruno? What's the news on Bruno, Sal? What's going on? Look, guys, I'm no stranger to Sky. My brother's been on Soccer AM. We had a song on there and stuff like that. I'm no stranger to them. I know them like the back of my hand, guys. I've been around the block before football social media was around. And you know what? People started making content creation in regards to football. Of course, it was Soccer AM back then. I didn't see any of your content creators on Soccer AM back in 2011, by the way. That's just what I'm saying. Anyway, but let me just say, look, I know them like the back of my hand. They don't like Man United. And this is one thing about it. The narrative, and I don't know why the narrative is such, that they do not want Man United to succeed. They do not want Man United to succeed. They want a negative Man United. And this is why but every single thing that Man United do, it gets scrutinized. Gets held up on a pedestal, and look what they've done. Oh my goodness, poor Onana. Look at that. What have they done to Onana? We gave Onana 2 years at this football club to impress, and he didn't impress. It cost us the Champions League. It cost us the Europa League final. It cost us up-teen amounts of points in the league. And what we're talking about here, you know, it's ridiculous. I would love to be on there, guys. They got to stop putting these bloody idiots on their channel who claim to be Man United fans. They got to start getting me on it. Have a little bit of competition. They don't want a little bit of competition, do they? Because at the end of the day, I would shut them down. Shut down. Absolutely. That's what I would do if I went on to Sky. Absolutely. You know, they can't handle the heat, mate. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I stopped listening to Sky Sultanis from time. They don't like Man United. They don't. And we had the audacity. We had the audacity to see someone in this channel the other day say that Man United are not the most hated club in the country. They're far from it. I'm like, have you ever listened to TalkSport, ESPN FC, Sky Sports, punditry? Have you ever heard Laurie Whitwell talk? Have you ever heard all these people who constantly barrage Man United with negativity every single day? Let alone bloody Ruben Amorim. You know what I mean? They're going in on him big time. Coco, big people, good days ahead for Man United. That's it. Big up. What's happening, Coco? You're doing well. Big things are happening. Mentality is changing. Amorim is cooking. Let him cook. Thank you so much, Coco. And you know what the great thing is, and the silver lining is here, right, in regards to these media outlets and stuff like that. It is a good sign too, because you know what? When we're hated, that's when we're thriving. That's when something is cooking, and they know something is cooking. And I hate to quote The Rock, but what the hell is cooking, guys? It is definitely Man United are cooking, guys. Absolutely. And I think they are. And I think they're fearful of that. I think they're fearful of a resurgent Man United, because all those pundits out there, all those media outlets out there have exposed themselves for what they really are, isn't it? They've exposed themselves for bias. They've exposed themselves for naivety, ignorance, whatever you want to say it. They've exposed themselves for it. And we're going to be all for it when we're back. Trust me, we're going to be all for it when we're back. And you know what? Back in the 90s and back in when Alex Ferguson was a manager, I was incredibly humble. I didn't say anything, too untoward. I was very humble. Even when we were successful winning trebles, I weren't one to gloat. Right? If I got into an argument, I would pull it on them, but I weren't one to gloat. And I regret that a little bit. Now, I'm telling you right now, if we become successful again, those guys over there, they better be careful, guys, because I am going to gloat and I'm going to rub it in their faces, of course. Joe, honestly, mate, I am not going to lie, but when I heard the news, I was celebrating like crazy when Onana went. I mean, we're not bad people. We us as Man United fans, we know when things are bad. and we call things as they are. We gave Onana the maximum amount of chances. We gave him so many chances, and it just didn't work out, guys. And, some people just have to accept that. Do you know what I mean? Why are they concentrating on Man United? Last week, it was Man United celebrating a goal against Burnley. Now, why are Man United getting rid of Onana? I mean, come on, guys. Do they watch football? Are they actually aware of what they're saying? Do they know what's coming out of their mouth? I actually don't think they do. I think they've been programmed like a little robot on AI to talk, because you know what? It's just anti-United narrative, anti-United narrative, anti-United narrative. I think all of us are very happy that Onana is not going to be at this club. Even for a year, Onana won't be at this club. And to be honest with you, it shows you how bad it was. The fact that we were celebrating 1 year without Onana. You know what I mean? That shows you how bad it is. We must have been blind. We must have been oblivious to the fact that he cost us a Champions League place. He knocked us out of the Champions League when we were in the Champions League, didn't he? When things are in our hand, he always seemed to let it go. You know what I mean? Let it go. Let it go. He almost cost us the Europa League. You remember that goal against Lyon when it just bounced over his head into the corner? This guy, the Europa League final, cost us there. 20-odd points in the Premier League, cost us there. You're going to see the complete difference, a complete turnover when we get Senny Lamens in this team. And then people over there, the media outlets are going to say, that's why. That's why Man United fans are saying that. That's why they're talking about Onana like that and stuff like that. Onana was bloody awful crap. Absolutely, RJ. Big up, RJ. William, our rivals don't want to see us back. They try to keep us down, and the media, because they all know if they rise again, we will dominate sleeping giant. We absolutely, William, we dominated football for a very long time, and a lot of these pundits out there, they know about that, and they lose sleep of it as well. They lose sleep of it as well because we have taken away their dreams. Martin Keown, he wakes up in a cold sweat thinking about Ryan Giggs running at him. That's what Martin Keown thinks about. He probably dreams about Man United. He probably has nightmares about Man United. He probably wakes up like this, and his wife's like, it's just another nightmare about Man United, Martin. It's just another nightmare about Man United. Don't worry about it, Martin. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Do you know what I mean? He must have to take night nurse every single night to delete the memories of Manchester United. And this is the problem, isn't it? We ruined their childhoods. We ruined their youth. We ruined their playing career. Whatever it was, we ruined them. Because at the end of the day, especially with the rivalry between Manchester United and Arsenal, Man United won that. Like, if it was a boxing match, it would be the equivalent of Manny Pacquiao knocking out Ricky Hatton in the first round. That's what it was. And I remember that quote because I remember that quote from when Man United beat Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final and at the Emirates. And we know what happened there, didn't we? Paf, out and out, of course. Kenny, Onana shouldn't be even if a keeper. I said it on the time on the stream a few years ago. I said if Onana shouldn't even be a keeper. I mean, years ago. I mean, he was all right. I mean, at the end of the day, look, he had one good season at Inter Milan. I don't know about years ago, Kenny. He hasn't been around years. I mean, he was around at Ajax and things like that, but he was doing all right at Ajax, to be fair. But to be honest with you, what I would say is this, right? Onana needs to be studied. He needs to be studied in 100 years' time. Archaeologists need to come up and need to dig up Andre Onana, and they need to say, this guy defied logic to become a goalkeeper for Manchester United. And honestly, because he has defied logic, he has defied science. I can't believe this guy was our goalkeeper. I can't believe it. The mistakes he made. I'm telling you guys, you would have been in goal, and we probably would have saved a lot more of the shots than he let in, guys. I'm being honest, guys. I'm not even being overly exaggerating here. I'm telling you, I think if we were in goal, one of us was in goal, we would have saved more shots than Onana. I can count on one hand how many times I've looked at Onana and thought, yeah, Onana had a good game today. Yeah, that's not too bad, to be honest. You know what I mean? I blame Sancho. Let's all blame Sancho. It's all Sancho's fault. Absolutely. He was a rat. Jadon Sancho's a prat at the end of the day, and that's what he will always be. One thing about Jadon Sancho, and I always believe this, stop making stupid people rich. And this fits perfectly into what Jadon Sancho is. Stop making stupid people rich. And that's what they need to stop doing, because he ain't even good with himself. He can't even look after himself, let alone talk about playing for the biggest club in the world. An absolute nightmare of a person, a horrible person. And do you know what? I actually feel sorry for Aston Villa. I'm thankful for Aston Villa. I'm very thankful to Aston Villa. But I actually feel sorry for Aston Villa as well, because I know that give it a month, give it 2 months, he's going to be down tooling again. And you're going to be like, nah, can we send him back early? Guys, same with Marcus Rashford. I mean, there is rumours about him coming back early from Barcelona. Barcelona not happy with him. Obviously, Thomas Frank is going to come to his defense and say, no, blah, 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 blah. He's all right. He's good. We believe in him, blah, blah, blah. Because he don't want to be looked... Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick don't want to look stupid. He don't want to look like idiotic. You know what I mean? Sending him out. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're blessed. Hope everything is good with you. Those Champions League Onana, he had to be match fixing. I've heard that a couple of times. You know what? Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say anything sinister about what Onana did, but I looked at that Grimsby game, and I'm pretty certain that any goalkeeper who, with half a competence, would have saved a couple of those penalties from Grimsby. Because let's be real, guys. The penalties from Grimsby were awful. They were awful. I actually feel that he done it by purpose. I'm feeling that, guys. This is how I feel. I'm not saying it's the truth. It's the gospel. This is what he did. But it makes me wonder. It does make me wonder what kind of sinister things are going on behind the scenes with this guy. Some of the goals he let in, some over his tenure of only 2 years, guys. It's only 2 years. And look at the amount of mistakes this guy has made. It's unbelievable. I mean, I cannot fathom how he was how he was goalkeeper at Man United for 2 years. Good afternoon. Big up, Tybog. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see Tybog in the house. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're blessed. Really good to see you again, my guy. Good to see you. Of course. Paul Merson, is a moron, criticizing us for celebrating a goal. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I said it last week. We can't even celebrate now anymore. We can't celebrate anymore. We're not allowed to celebrate. Man United are not allowed to celebrate anymore, by the way, even when we get a last-minute winner. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. They'll find anything. RJ, Onana has been so bloody bad, man. It should have been 67 rated on FIFA. I mean, I ain't even into FIFA anymore. I'm quite rubbish at it now. I used to be good at FIFA way back in the day. FIFA 94, FIFA 95, FIFA 96. Maybe that, yeah. Maybe Sensible Soccer before that. But Championship Manager as well. Yeah, look, you know what? I'm pretty certain that it should be rated less than that. 57, it should be rated, not even 67. My friend, absolutely, RJ. Absolutely useless. Absolutely. Danny B, he needs to be studied for match fixing. You know what, Danny, you know what? Some of the goals he let in, I'll be honest with you guys, some of the goals he let in that I saw him let in, they're inexcusable. There's no excuse for it apart from that. Because I'm looking at those penalties and I watched them back. I watched every single penalty back against Grimsby, right? God help me, but I did, right? And some of the saves, guys, this guy's been playing goalkeeper all his career, right? And small little kicks from the Grimsby, like little light chips into the goal. Like it was like a Panenka sort of thing. And he's like this with his hands loose like that, and the ball goes in. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this guy let that in. Yes, Ruben Amorim should not have played him. I could have foresaw this a long time ago. Maybe we should have played Heaton or someone like that. We would still be in the League Cup right now, in my humblest of opinion. I think we'll be in a draw. We'll be playing in the League Cup next round if we didn't play Onana in that game. But it proved to Ruben Amorim, and it proved to all of us as Man United fans, exactly, not like we didn't know already, but exactly what he is. Exactly what he is. He's not the goalkeeper of Man United, whether he's been sinister, whether he's just crap. You know, he needs to be out of it. And we should be happy about that. Yes, I'm going to wish him the best of luck. I'm going to say good luck at Trabzonspor, and I hope you succeed there, because we don't want to see you back at Old Trafford. Thank you very much. Now, I'm hearing rumours about Onana's gone on loan because he believes that Ruben Amorim will not be here next season. Blah. Let me tell you something, Onana. Let me tell your agent as well, mate. Right? You're not going to be playing for Man United ever again, mate. You're not going to play another game for Manchester United again. Absolutely not. So get used to that idea. Stop thinking about what Ruben Amorim is doing, what Ruben Amorim isn't doing. You are not going to be playing for this great football club anymore. Big up Rasta Stocks. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, Ephraim. Good afternoon, Sal. Onana is one of the worst goalkeepers in United history, and he does not take any responsibilities. Statistically, he's the worst. Given the amount of games, the amount of goals he conceded, goals from mistakes, he is the worst. You can't count Massimo Taibbi because Massimo Taibbi had 4 games for Manchester United, so you can't really put him in that conversation. Statistically, pound for pound, he's ahead of Barthez. You know, he's ahead of Barthez. He's the worst. No, he needs to be arrested in Turkey for his crimes. Absolutely, definitely. Big up, Coco. Afternoon, Sal, brother. Is it true Barca want to terminate Rashford's loan? Look, you know what? I heard about this last week, Daryl. You know what I always said over in my life? I always said there's no smoke without fire. There's no smoke without fire. Watching Rashford in the last couple of games at Barcelona, there's obviously some friction going on there between him and other members of that Barcelona team. Now, the worst thing, I spoke about it yesterday, the worst thing that Rashford did was believe in his ability so much that he would think that he would go to Barcelona and be on the level of Lamine Yamal, be on the level of Pedri and other players in that team, Rafinha and other players in that team. That was his delusionment. That was his problem. And that is going to be his downfall. His ego, his agents, who is his family, by the way, blowing smoke up his backside for him to believe he's that good. What he should have done, and I compliment Anthony for this, right? And I'm going to compliment Anthony for this, is go to a lower Spanish team. Go to a lower, your Valencia, Villarreal, Sevilla. Go to one of those teams. Really get used to the culture. Go there, smash it. And then maybe you might get your big move to Barcelona and you might have a little bit of background and respect in regards to you. It does look like that Barcelona are not going to take up the option of, I think it's 40 million, isn't it? To purchase Marcus Rashford, sadly, and we will have that problem next year. I'm actually prepared for it. I'm actually prepared for the fact that we're going to have a Marcus Rashford problem next year. We're going to have a Jadon Sancho problem next year. We're going to have a, what's the other one? On loan, anyway. We're going to have Garnacho's gone. But yeah, we're going to have problems, guys. Absolutely. William, if we wasn't relevant, they wouldn't keep talking about us. United would never die. They all know it. Absolutely. Sancho is a little boy, needs to grow up, and privileged little boy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, you know what? They all need to stop talking about Manchester. You know what? If Man United went out of business, right? If Man United decided, right, we're going to pack our bags and we're going to leave the Premier League, half these pundits wouldn't even have a job, guys. Half these pundits wouldn't know where to go. They wouldn't know what to talk about. What are they going to talk about? Man City has still got pending 115 charges. No one's talking about Man City. No one's talking about Pep Guardiola. No one's talking about the fact that Arteta has not won a trophy in 6 years. Nobody's talking about that. It's all Man United this. Man United celebrating a win. Man United shouldn't sell Onana, even though he's the worst Man United goalkeeper in our history. This. It's always something, guys. It's always something. And tomorrow, it will be something else. And we all know it will be, innit? It will be something else tomorrow. Today, it's now Onana. Tomorrow, it'll be something else. Tomorrow, they'll be talking about Cunha. That's what they're going to be doing. Oh, did you see Cunha going to Paris, watching the UFC fight? Did you see that? Oh, my goodness me. I think that's unprofessional. You know that's what they're going to do, isn't it? You know that's coming soon, isn't it? I think Stones is also out for the City. They said Akanji also. I'm not sure about Stones, but if it is true, it's good news for Manchester United. The more, the merrier. The problem is, though, they've got Rodri. Rodri is their engine. He's their engine. And as we knew last season, how Pep Guardiola struggled last season without Rodri, he's their most important player. Although, the more players are missing for Manchester City, the merrier. I think we'll be all right. Jadon Sancho is the character played by Macaulay Culkin called Richie Rich. I remember that. Richie Rich, yes. He's a very, very entitled person who don't know how lucky he is. Maybe later down the line, in a few years' time, when he's retired, he may sit there to himself and think to himself, do you know what? I played for the biggest club in the world and I'll let it go. And you know what? I've spoken to a few ex-footballers, and a lot of them have the same common theme. I wish I appreciated it whilst I was still playing. I wish I appreciated playing football whilst back then, because I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have done. And that's what's happened to many footballers I've spoken to over the years, ex-pros and stuff, whether they played in League One, Championship, or the Premier League. Each one of them has said, I wish I appreciated it more. And this is what's going to happen with Jadon Sancho. He's going to one day turn around and say, you know what, I was petulant. I was immature and stuff like I should have really appreciated where I was and what the club did for me as well. Man City got away with 1.5 charges. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's been swept under the carpet, Daryl. We all know that they're guilty. We all know that there's charges in there, that some of them are guilty, but they're sweeping it under the carpet because they don't want to do it. They don't want to put the punishment upon Manchester City. If this was Italy, Man City would be back in Serie B right now. And that's what would have happened at the end of the day. But not us. No. If this was Manchester United, and let me tell you, right, I'll give you an example, right? If Man United player against Grimsby Town, we will be playing Grimsby this week, or we will be out of the competition. That's what will happen. And that is what Man United, that's what will happen. If Man United had 115 charges, boy, you would not hear the last of it, guys. You would not hear the last of it. If Man United had 115 charges. My goodness me. Kenny, remember a few years ago when we were 2-0 down against Forest, Onana looked like he was forming number one race. Absolutely. He's not the guy to rely on. When the going gets tough, Kenny, he's not the guy to rely on. He's not the guy to take you out the trenches and to bring you forward. He's not that guy, mate. He's actually the opposite. He's actually the opposite. He actually costs us more. You know, when we needed Onana, when we're calm in a game, seldom we make a mistake. He will make a mistake and you think, oh, like that. How many times did we do that? Onana again. How many times last season on watch-alongs, Kenny? Onana. It's Onana again, isn't it? It's Onana. And how many times? I'm glad we're not going to see that anymore. I'm so happy we're not going to see that anymore. Hopefully forever, we're not going to see any more of that. Rasta. Sal, the fact that he touched the ball and it went in could have easily slapped it away. Rasta, and not only one time, 2 times, 3 times. He did the same thing. I can understand that you make a mistake as a goalkeeper. You just didn't get it, right? Because I can understand that. But when you do it 2 or 3 times, brother, when you do it 2 or 3 times, something sinister's going on. The 2 goals against Grimsby, what's going on there? You know what I mean? Some part of me feels like he's on some self-mission to absolutely destroy us. And I'm so glad we got rid of it. I really am. Ephraim, Sal, surprised how many mentally weak players we recruited. Yeah. We didn't look into it. We didn't look into those players properly like we used to. Back in the day, as I said many, many times, Alex Ferguson used to get to know the player, used to get to know the family, used to get to know the hobbies of the player, what the player likes to eat, what he likes to do in his spare time. And does he have a girlfriend? Is he married? Blah, blah, blah. He used to get to know all that stuff about the player before he would actually recruit the player and sign the player. That's what he would do. Because Alex Ferguson was very, very focused on a family vibe sort of player, which his life is settled. So he would ask players, are you married? And if they say no, he says you should get married. And that's what Alex Ferguson used to do, because every small detail counted for Alex Ferguson. Nowadays, what we were doing, especially under Murtaugh and Woodward, we would look at a player and think, he's talented. We're going to sign him. Glazers, get on the phone. Let's sign Sancho. And that's what it is. That's what it is now. Hopefully, things are going to change. Things are going to take a turn. Given that we got Ruben Amorim there, guys, and he's being backed. I mean, I'm feeling positive about Ruben Amorim. I'm feeling happy about what Ruben Amorim is doing. Now, Ruben Amorim can easily say, right? Ruben Amorim could easily say, oh, I ain't got no squad. I haven't got a big enough squad. Oh, we're going to have to keep these players because I haven't got a big enough squad. But no. He said, I don't want these players at the football club. Get rid of them. Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Onana. Don't want them anymore. Get them out. You know, and look, he actually, in turn, has made the job harder for himself in a way in regards to the squad is not deep. Thank God we got 1 game a week, but the squad is not deep. He's basically cleaning everything up. Less is better. Less is better, of course. Big up, Ephraim. William, I never want to see Onana near Manchester United again, let alone in goal. A totally embarrassment player. I mean, guys, we should have known the story when he made that mistake in the preseason friendly from the halfway line. You remember that? It was absolutely crazy. That was, I mean, we should have known back then. We took it like, oh, it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of those mistakes that happen and blah, blah, blah. We should have known from then that that guy was not the guy, you know, absolutely. Look, we're even thinking about the FA Cup final, right? When you think about the FA Cup final, we were cruising at 2-0 against Manchester City, right? And he still made a mistake. And that mistake could have cost Manchester United dearly. And if the game went on for 10 minutes longer, who knows what would have happened? Because obviously we were like shocked that Onana let that go in at the near post. I think it was from Doku. Yeah, and he's made so many mistakes and so many errors. Man, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable anymore. We have to be realistic. And I don't know why these media pundits, if they call themselves that, professionals, if they call themselves that, can even have the audacity to talk about how Onana was badly treated, how Onana is a world-class goalkeeper. I can't believe what I'm hearing, guys. Day by day, they're losing every bit of respect from me, guys. If there was any little bit of respect left, they're losing every little bit of respect for me, guys. Absolutely. Coco. Embremo and Ahmad are doing well for their countries. Hopefully they bring that form back to the game against City. I hope so. One thing is another big decision for obviously Ruben Amorim. And Ruben Amorim's got a lot of big decisions to make against Manchester City. Is he going to play Dalot? But Dalot's injured. He's going to have to play Ahmad. And I'm happy with that. And I hope they play well. I'm a little bit concerned about Ahmad as a right wing back. I'm not going to lie, Coco. Ahmad doesn't play right wing back for his country. I honestly think he's a better attacking player. I think he's a bench option at the moment because he ain't a number 10 either. Cunha and Embremo are the number 10s, and they deserve it, to be honest. But he will play right wing back, which is better than Dalot anyway, in my opinion. Look. You know, at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim's got the choice to make, not only with, obviously, Ahmad. He's also got a choice to make with, obviously, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes, of course. If he's going to bring Cunha and Mount back into the team early, obviously, they were injured. Is Sesko going to start? Is Seny Lamens going to start? There's going to be a lot of decisions that Ruben Amorim has to do. And that's why he gets paid the big bucks, because he has to make those massive decisions, of course. Sal, is Haaland injured? I haven't heard anything about Haaland being injured. I heard he injured his chin. That should be all right, isn't it? This week he's dragging, absolutely. We've got one more game, guys, for England. Guys, can I ask a favour? Tomorrow I'm doing a watch-along for Serbia against England. It's a big game. England have to win. Serbia have to win. So it's going to be a very tight game in that game. And if Serbia win, the qualification's in their hands. If England win, it's basically over. But if Serbia win, the qualification is in their hands. So that's why I'm doing a watch-along for England against Serbia tomorrow. Make sure you join me for that one, guys. William, I would take no keeper over Onana. I would take no keeper over Onana. Honestly, open goal would be better. Absolutely. An open goal would have been better. Against Grimsby, an open goal would have been better. That guy wasn't saving anything, guys. I actually think that the save he made in the Grimsby game in the penalty shootout was an accident. If you look at it back, it was actually an accident. Grimsby were not taking good penalties, guys. I think me or you could have took goal for that penalty shootout and won the penalty shootout for Man United. It was that bad. It was that bad, honestly. And it cost us. It cost us a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm glad we're going to see the back of it. It's history now. It's one of those things where you think, you remember that we're gonna speak in a few years' time, and we're gonna say, do you remember that goalkeeper Onana who used to play for Man United? Oh, he was bad, wasn't he? Oh, he was bad, wasn't he? You remember that? Oh yeah, I remember him. Oh my goodness me, he was bad. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit like Barthez. Although, however, I would say about Barthez, at least Barthez did come out with the odd great save, right? And he won a Premier League title anyway, so as well. Jaffa, hello mate, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I've just joined. If I don't mind, can you tell me what's the news? No problem, Jaffa. Just scroll back to the beginning of the show, my friend. Moving on to the show, my friend. But scroll back to the show, smash a like on the video, drop a comment, and I'll answer your comments, guys. Absolutely. If you want to ask me anything, write a comment on the video. I will answer it later on, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Jaffa. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Jaffa Ali. Big up, LT. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Onana leaving is one of the most celebrated departures I've ever witnessed. Apart from the media, of course, all content creators and fans are unison to celebrate him leaving, which is a rare sight where all you fans united. For now. Don't worry about it. They're going to turn against Seny Lamens very soon, guys. Absolutely. Look, the only people who are not in seldom and not together in regards to Onana is the media. And you know why they're not celebrating this thing? Because they know how bad Onana is. They know how bad he is. They know that Man United selling Onana is a good thing for Manchester United. And this is what they're fearful of. They're fearful of a player like Seny Lamens comes in and he becomes the next Courtois, Petr Cech, or Peter Schmeichel. That's what they're scared about. They don't want that. Big up Double I. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed. I don't want to butcher their name, so I won't say it, but I will never forget what they did to us, my new favorite Turkish team from now on. I don't want to butcher their name, so I won't say it, but I will never forget what they did to us, my new favorite Turkish team from now on. Who's that? Who are you talking about, Double A? Who are you talking about? Spill the beans, brother. Ephraim. Sal, is there any chance Lemens will start against City? There is a chance. Yes, there is a chance. It's up in the air. Nobody knows who's starting or not. There is rumors that he's going to start. But I would say if I was a betting man, the way that Ruben Amorim works, I don't know if he's going to start. I really don't. I think it will be a buy-in there. But I'm very hopeful that Sally Lemens starts. I think the best thing to do for Sally Lemens, right, is throw him in the deep end. Throw him in this game, a tough game against Man City. Do it. And that's what I would say. Do it and we'll see what happens. RJ, why is the journalist lie? They just get another job. I mean, this is what they do, mate. This is what they do. When journalists start making up stories, their narrative becomes less believable by the day. And every single time today, when I heard them talk about Onana, I'm just like, are they watching football? Are they actually are they serious journalists? Is this what they're doing now? And this is what I was thinking to myself. It's mad. Let's hope so. RJ against Man United. Hopefully that's the theme. Ephraim, Sal, do you think it will help if we play the main team plays? Do you think it will help if we play the main team plays? I don't get you there, Ephraim. The main team needs to play definitely against City. Yes, my friend. Big up Miles, my friend. What's going on, my friend? Hope we're doing well. Just like the New York Yankees, they have to hate us because we are the best and always will be. God bless you. Always, Sal. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I love your channel so much and community. Thank you so much, Miles. Big up, big love to you, brother. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your lovely comments every day. Yes, and that's basically what it is, mate. Over the last, 3 decades, Man United have caused them a lot of pain. Right, and they will never forget that as long as they live, and that's what it is. And you know what? There's going to be a bit more pain coming their way. Don't worry about that. They will get a little bit more pain coming very, very, very soon, guys. When Man United awaken, you know what I mean? And I hope it's with Ruben Amorim. Big up Aris to see how you doing, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up Samuel. Big up Samuel. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Keith Gillespie was better than Jadon Sancho. Yes. Luke Chadwick was better than Jadon Sancho for Manchester United. Jonathan Greening was better for Manchester United than Jadon Sancho. I am not exaggerating. Guys. You know what I mean? This guy is an absolute fraud. An absolute fraud. An absolute liar. Devil is a liar, as I say. Absolutely. Hello, Ellen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you guys. 17 likes, guys. What's going on? 68 in the house. I should have 60 likes, guys. What's going on? Press the like, smack a like. If you don't like me, just smack a like for the sake of it. God bless you, and you will get rewarded later. Thank you so much. Please smash a like, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Very, very, very important, of course. Aris to see. Man City will lost again. The Chickens and the Seagulls. We will get a chance. Big up Aris to see. I hope so, my friend. We will have chances against City. Absolutely. Having Onana in goal was like having hologram in goal. Absolutely. It's like the 2-pack hologram. And that's what we had in goal. Absolutely. But he definitely wasn't hitting them up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. There was no California love in goal. Absolutely. Absolutely not. No. But anyway, it was a hologram in goal. It was actually like a cone in goal. Just a cone. That's it. Absolutely. Big up, William. Big up, my friend. Keith Gillespie said that leaving Manchester United was the worst thing in his career. Yeah, of course it was. And at the time, Samuel, I felt very sorry for Keith Gillespie because obviously he was part of the Andy Cole deal. Andy Cole went the other way. I wouldn't look back because I know that Keith Gillespie, before he went to Manchester United, he scored a goal against Newcastle. You remember that when he bent it in a corner, guys? Full knowledge, guys. You know what? No other channel does this, guys. I would urge any other content creator to just pluck something at the air like that and talk about the history of Man United just like that. Right, guys, you know what? Newcastle United, Man United beat Newcastle 2-0 once. Keith Gillespie scored. Keith Gillespie was deemed to be the new George Best. Do you remember that? They were talking about him being the new George Best. Unfortunately, he was part of the deal that Andy Cole went the other way. It was a bit bittersweet, but the fact that we got Andy Cole, I was so excited because Andy Cole was, in my opinion, the most underrated striker in English history, in England history. Pound for pound, he's the best striker in English football, Premier League history. And I'll tell you why pound for pound he's the best, because he didn't take penalties. And he's still up there. And he didn't take penalties, guys. your Haalands, your Shearers, whoever you want to throw at me, right? He didn't take penalties and he was still up there. He's one of the most underrated, of course. And I did feel sorry for Keith Gillespie at the time because obviously Keith Gillespie come from the youth. It's the academy. There was a little bit of disgruntlement in regards to that at the time. But, you know, Man United fans were like, we trust Alex Ferguson and stuff like that. And we were watching Kevin Keegan, totally tear himself apart. I remember Kevin Keegan standing outside to St. James's Park and answering to Newcastle fans. I remember that. And it was like, we were just laughing at them. It was funny. Absolutely. Kenny, we were lucky that City scored way too late from Doku. Onana's hand made up for floppy hands like T-Rex. Absolutely. If there was 10 minutes left, Kenny, I don't know what would happen. You know how Man United react to conceding goals, don't you? You know what they're like. And I was just glad it was right at the end. I was so glad it was right at the end because, I mean, that goal going in, I mean, I looked at it and, you know, the first thing I did when that goal went in, I looked at the time and I was like, oh, thank goodness we got a few minutes. Can we hold on? Can we hold on? You know, he had to do it, didn't he? And to be fair on Onana during that game, he had a good game. He did well, but great goalkeepers. They bow you out at moments when you don't expect them to bow you out. Poor goalkeepers, put you in the mud when you don't expect to be put in the mud. And that's what happened in that game. Thank you so much, Ephraim. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you lovely people can do that for me, of course, guys. Tyberg, my friend, it will be a completely different feeling waiting for the kickoff, knowing that Onana is not absolutely brother anymore. He destroyed us fans and watch-alongs last season so many times. He was bad for our health. Tyberg, and I couldn't believe we had people in there defending him. You remember, didn't you, Tyberg? Guys, when we're on the watch-alongs, join us for the watch-alongs. The watch-alongs are great. We were here every game last season. It was brilliant. And most times we were like, weren't we, Tyberg? We were like, Onana. That's Onana's fault. It's Onana. How many times did we do that? I didn't want to do that, but that's what we had to do because it was his fault the majority of the time. It was Onana's fault. Every time we were like, oh, it's Onana's fault. It's Onana's fault. Yeah, him again. Barming it onto the bar, standing on the wrong side of goal, letting the ball go straight through him in the middle. Crazy. Big up, Tyborg, my friend. Big up. Good to see you, as usual, of course. Ten Hag's sacking was justified. Mourinho's sunshine were definitely not. Should have give them more time, especially my sunshine. Mourinho didn't need any more time. He was a toxic influence in that dressing room. I used to go to games and Mourinho was there, and people were walking out the stadium. It was that bad. It was that bad. It was a toxic mess. I'll give you a story. I went to Crystal Palace against United a few years ago, 2018. Man United drew 0-0 at Old Trafford. And I was next to the bench, right next to the bench, next to Mourinho. And I've forgotten who tried to control the ball. I think it was either Lukaku or Pogba. One of them tried to control the ball, and the ball sort of bounced off him. And Jose Mourinho turned around to the bench, and he goes, "You see what I mean? You see what I mean? It's toxic, man." It came to an end. However, that when Jose Mourinho, the season before, right, came second, right, won up. That is where he should have been backed. That is where they should have went, right, now we're going to go for it. That is the moment right there. And we didn't go for it. I think Roy Keane said this. 98-99. Man United won the treble. And Roy Keane, even though we won the treble, Roy Keane was very disappointed that Man United didn't go out there and make a statement in the transfer market. And we didn't, did we? We didn't go out there and make a statement. When Man United won the treble, you know what Man United should have been doing? They should have been going out getting Zidane. That's what they should have done. They should have went out there and got Rivaldo. Back then, R9, make a statement signing. But we never did it. And I think this was Roy Keane's biggest bone with Man United, that we didn't progress and we didn't move on from what we should have done, of course. Ellen, I just want to forget about Onana. Let's just support Lamans and we say everywhere. We need to give him confidence and adapt. I believe we can, because can't tell us what to talk about, Ellen. We're going to talk about Onana because Onana has been a big part of what we were. We have to talk about him. I've already spoke about sending Lamans before you even knew who Senny Lamens was, Ellen. Sorry. We need to talk about what Man United is now and what's great that we got rid of him and we're happy. And we need to talk about what happened and where we came from, because you don't know where you're going till you know where you've been. Of course you don't. Guys, I know about Senny Lamens. I don't need anyone to tell me. A year ago, no one knew who he was. And I was talking about him, and I know Senny Lamens is going to be fine. He don't need our support. Be nice, but he's got a head screwed on tighter than you think. Trust me, that guy's going to be a star. Ephraim, Sal, you are a few of the channels who says it as it is. Deep, good work. Thank you, Ephraim. I deserve more subscribers, don't I? Guys, we need to get up to 20,000 subscribers by Christmas. I believe what I believe in. I believe I can get any content creator on here and I'll absolutely school them in knowledge about Man United. And I'm not being rude. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not like that. What I'm saying is that I believe that anyone, you know what I mean? And they can come on it, and we speak the gospel. And one thing I like is that I like to give people a voice. I like to give people a voice. I like hearing people's opinion because it's very important. That's it. Definitely, Ellen. That's the one. Absolutely. Samuel. Bentito Mantato should play at right wing back instead of Amad Diallo. Samuel, I agree with you. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. I think we should start bedding him into the team. I saw him during the preseason and I thought he was fantastic. He's that position. That's his specialist position. Play him there. He can defend. We should do it. I really think we should do it. I agree. 20 likes, guys. Come on, guys. We need to get more likes on this stream, guys. Right now, we got 60 people in the house. We need to get more likes on the streams, guys. Let's not forget to smash a like on the video. Hey, Scott, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing blessed. Afternoon. Hope you're blessed, my friend. Good to see you, of course. Switzerland play Slovenia tonight. We're going to get a chance to see Sesko, of course. Guys, I will be live tomorrow for the England game, of course. Aristasi, De Ligt will destroy Haaland. Mark my words. He'll be in the pocket. In the pocket like your carers. He'll be in the pocket with your carers, of course. There will be there's a little tiny room there for Mr. Haaland. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, RJ. Big up. Martinez on the bench potentially. Could be, but it might be a little bit early for him, RJ. A little bit early for him. Man United, what they do usually is that they bring him into the training gradually. As we know, Man United are going to arrange a behind-the-scenes, behind closed doors friendly against Aston Villa. That's what we're going to do. So hopefully Mr. Martinez will be playing in that game. Absolutely. Ciao. Evening. Mike Keegan, release of the FA withdrawing from the charges of City cases. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's corrupt. Sal, is Koeman has a problem with how he has given yesterday 2 minutes. Sal, is Koeman has a... I don't know who you're talking about, Ephraim. I'm sorry, brother. Ellen, Makuke. Makuka still have Haaland in his pocket. Makuke. Who's that? Who's Makuke? I never heard of him. Makuke. Sammy McIlroy. Yeah, Sammy McIlroy's got him in the pocket. Definitely. And De Ligt is a wall. I'm not worried about Haaland. More worried about the other youngster they got this season. Can't remember his name. They got Mamouche. They've got, obviously, Doku in their team. They've got Rodri, who's the one I worry about the most, in my opinion. I think he's their best player by a mile. Yeah, I'm not worried about them, man. I'm not worried about them, Ellen. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Famous last words. We're going to be fine, guys. Absolutely. Scott, if we need a goalkeeper to field crosses and block shots, then yes, Lamens starts. If we need a goalkeeper to let goals in, then get hit in the face, crosses, then Bind it is our man. Come on, Scott. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I don't want to be here next week on Sunday. I don't want to be here talking about a mistake from the goalkeeper. That's the last thing I want to be doing. If it's Bind there, I'm going to be absolutely fuming because I would say we should have played Lamens. We should have played Lamens. Lamens should have started, blah, blah, blah. Let's wait and see. Let's hope that we won't need a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? Let's hope we just win it outrun. Maguire is just a cooler name for Maguire. Oh, okay. Mokokre is the new name for Maguire. Mokokre. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. Mokokre is a new name. Sal, I mean De Ligt. Big up. Oh, okay. I'll get you, FM. No problem. So, do you think the academy players like how the first team plays? Not all of them, no. Academy play is completely different to first team football. Completely different. But what you do is when you're looking at academy players, only a few will make it. Not all of them will make it. Not all of them. Mantato he's one of those players who's going to make it. Gary, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Gary51, I hope you're doing good, my friend. Great show. Is always so good to see you. Good to see you again, Gary. Really blessed to have you here. Were you able to see Sesko's game? How did he do? The last game that Sesko played, he apparently had an assist. So that's not a bad thing. Sesko's all-round game was brilliant. And I think he's playing tonight, as this the stream just said, the community just said. He's playing tonight, so looking forward to that. Best of luck. It's great that Sesko's playing football, by the way. I think this is good for him. And hopefully he's ready for the City game. And he scores a goal. Arrest to see, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was definitely not justified. He closed to make us the sun again. See the sun again. Solskjaer was never good enough. I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He reminds me of my youth. But Solskjaer was never a good enough manager for Manchester United. And I'll tell you why. He weren't strong enough. He weren't strong enough, Arrest to see. He was not strong enough. He apologized to Marcus Rashford. He was mates rates. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this reason he's been sacked for Besiktas as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as a manager, is too soft. He's a nice guy, a lovely guy, brilliant guy, deserves the best. But as a manager, he's not that guy. As an impact manager, he's good. But as a long-term option, not at a club like Man United. Because he took Man United back in the end. I know he came second once, COVID season, blah, blah, blah. But he kind of took Man United back. We played a counter-attacking football, which was very suited to what the players wanted. And the players let him down anyway. You know, and that's what I would say. Yes, the players have a lot to answer for. This is why I don't back up the likes of Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford and people, because what they do, you know. But he spent 600 million, Aristasi. 600 million. How much has Onana spent this summer? Not even 2 in this fiscal year. You know, and that's what we're talking about. You know, 600 million. It's crazy. And what did we get? Sesko Lover, what's going on, my friend? How are we doing now? You remind me of Mr. Lover. Yeah, absolutely. Big up. Excited for a new life. Post Onana, me too. If Amorim doesn't start Lemons and Sesko, then he is here, not here to win. Big up Sesko Lover. RJ, did you see how good Sesko was against Sweden? I watched clips of it, RJ. I wouldn't say that I religiously sat there taking stats and notes down. But yeah, I watched clips of it and I was very impressed. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. William, Onana flagged up on Crime Watch for a person. Do you remember Crime Watch, guys? Ding, 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 ding. Have you seen this man impersonating a goalkeeper? He was spotted at Old Trafford. Spotted in Grimsby. Pretending to be a goalkeeper. Absolutely. Sesko has a great ball control. Absolutely. For his height as well. Reminds me of Ibrahimovic a little bit. Please do not collab with Angry Ginger, as to see. I mean, why would why would I do that? At the end of the day, look, let me tell you something about this whole circle right here, right? I don't beg anyone to work with me. I don't. And I've had great people on this channel. I've had footballers on this channel. I've had great pundits on this channel, great journalists on this channel. And that's going to happen continuously. You know, I don't beg people to work with me. I'm a serious Man United fan. That's all I need to say. I'm a serious Man United, and I love this football club. Angry Ginge, he does what he does, and he's very good at what he does. He gets clicks, he gets likes, he goes viral. That's what he does. That's what he is. I'm a Man United fan. I'm a Man United fan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, and that's it. But the door is always open for anyone to come on my channel. Absolutely. But on a football level. The only balls Haaland will play with is De Ligt. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. Big up, my friend. Tyborg. I never expected City to be punished. Everything is corrupt these days. Maybe the minimal punishment, but nowhere near what they deserve. Absolutely. This is why I said, Tyborg, if this was Italy or this was another country like that, they would have sent them down. We all know what it is, Tyborg, don't we? We don't need to paint a picture, do we? We know that why these charges have been rushed under the tar carpet, don't we? We know what it is, don't we? We know. We absolutely do know. We know why. I've got this itch on my hand. I don't know why this itch is happening on my hand, but yeah, we know why those charges were dropped. I can't get rid of this itch. I don't know what it is, but Yeah, it's a bit dry in the air, isn't it, today? We know why these charges were dropped, don't we? It's a bit dry in here. Yeah. We all know why. You know what I mean? Big up Tyborg. I hope Leacher is back to kick Cherky. Cherky's injured. Conveniently, some may say, to Scott. He's injured for 3 months, my guy. He's injured for 3 months. He's not playing. He's injured. Johnny AI, big up my friend. Hope you're doing well. Kaka, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Kaka was a great player. Peace and love, Sal. Latest, bro. Big up, William. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for joining, of course. Sorry, Johnny. Hi, Sal. Any news on Lavia? Yes, Man United were linked to Lavia, but Man United were linked to Lavia this summer. Man United are looking to do 2 midfield signings by next summer. Look, I know you guys don't want to hear about this, but I have to report it. Man United are looking to do 2 midfield signings in the summer, given the fact that Casemiro will most likely be leaving the football club. So Man United will most likely make 2 signings, which could be Baleva, and it could be a player like Lavia. It could be. Of course, the dream would be Baleva and Wharton. We all know that, but we know how expensive that's going to be, don't we? But yeah, Man United are looking to bring in a couple of midfielders. Lavia was on Man United's transfer wish list this summer. He was one of the players that Man United were looking at. Man United were also looking at doing a deal with Chelsea in regards to Lavia and Garnacho. So that didn't materialize. Might have been a good deal to do in hindsight. I don't know, you know. Gary, Sal, Mr. Bombastic. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was also thinking of the other one. Mr. Love, not Mr. Bombastic. Was it Shabba-Ranks as well? Sal got aura. Big up us to see how you do, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. So have you. Cherky is just terrified to meet us after Ellen, he set up that injury. We all know he's lying. We all know he's lying about it. We know he's lying about that injury. We all know he's lying. He don't need to blow the smoke. We don't need to put the smoke on over our eyes. We already know, don't we, at the end of the day, what he's playing at, of course, guys, absolutely. But, guys, all I can do is say this, right? I've got my tally chart, right? And I'm crossing them off every single day. Man United are playing Man City. It's such a big game. And I'm anxious for the game. I've got the game tomorrow, England game. But nothing compares to this, guys, for Sunday. And I hope you all can join me for that game. And I hope you all can be here for me tomorrow as well. And keep me company for the England game. That would be nice. You absolute lovely people. But Sunday is the big one. That's what we want. We want Man United to go there and win and just get that newfound form of belief. Most important, I'm not saying that we must win. I hope we win. But I'm saying don't lose. Don't lose. Right? And then we can beat Chelsea at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? And things like that. That's what we need to do. Come out of this next run of games. If we come out of this next run of games against Chelsea, against City, against Liverpool, Brighton, Brentford, if we come out of those games unscathed, I think we're going to be all right this season, you know. I really do. And then we can start catching up. Manchester Derby is the same as a Classico. It's more entertaining. Definitely. Bilal, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Keep crushing it, mate. Love to see the channel grow. Thank you so much, Bilal. Good to see you again, my bro. Good to see you. Nowhere near where we need to be. Appreciate everyone, but we need to get more subscribers. Let's keep smashing the subscribers, guys, because I believe that this channel can grow with this community as well. This channel can grow to hemispheres that we wouldn't even believe, guys, because anything is possible, of course, guys. But we have to keep supporting. We have to keep spreading the Stretford Post word, guys. That's what we need to do. Spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's what we do. You know what I mean? Keep subscribing. Keep the numbers coming up. Keep the likes coming up and all that lovely, sweet stuff, of course, guys. Guys, it's been a great show as usual. You know, it always is. Chatterbox, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate you. Guys, whether you agree or not, I appreciate every single one of you. And I really am happy that this channel is growing and our community is just tight like a family. Of course it is, guys. But guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Very important, that one. And also don't forget to put your notifications on in case I go live if anything breaks. Of course, you never know what's going to break, of course, guys. Guys, good night. Guys, and as Ellen said, guys, on the way out, please do not forget to press the like button. Smash a like button. I've had 70 people in the house today. Over 70 people. I shall at least get 50. Come on, guys. 50 likes. Great people. Lovely people. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. errors to see. Take it easy. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Peace.